Hi Paul Prince, finally back after dealing with some personal issues. Took longer than I thought, but I'm finally back. I'm going to be starting with the twin flame readings. I'm now doing the Divine Feminine. For anyone wondering, I'm using Royal Dark Tarot. For anyone that likes my videos, if you could like and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. For anyone that ever wants to send me any new decks to keep my readings new and fresh, I will have a wish list link below. I do read with intuition, so I read what I pick up and feel within the cards. Some bits may resonate, all of it may resonate, or none of it may resonate. And if none of it resonates, that just means this reading's not for you at this time. I would love to be able to go live and do live readings, but I don't meet the criteria currently. So anyone that wants a reading, if you put a comment on this video, I will do your reading and post it so you can see what I pick up. With that said, let's find out what's going on for the Divine Feminine. What's going on for the Divine Feminine? 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 Okay, so I'm drawn over here. So right now I feel like you are very happy, you're very content, you are very quite balanced. I'm feeling like there's an equal positive and negative in your life. I feel for some of you, you're trying new things or you're doing new things, so that could be a job change, new courses, putting yourself out there to meet new people. You're doing something that you know you're comfortable with, so you're not gonna, there's no, if it doesn't work out, there's no, you haven't lost anything. You've only got something to gain, so you aren't gonna get hurt from it. I feel like you're happy to do this by yourself, and it's kind of making you feel a lot stronger and confident within yourself. I feel like for a lot of you, there's a lot of passion into these things you're deciding to do. You've got a lot of will and passion and creativity for them. I feel like you kind of put it out to the universe, and now it's starting to come back. It's not as quick as you thought it would be, but I feel like you're starting to get something back from the universe. So it could be something that's you've been putting out that you've wanted, or you've wanted to do something, and finally you're starting to get there, and you're starting to build what you want for yourself. And I feel like you don't need to put any walls up or be any defensive, because it's just for you and no one can take it from you. I feel like you have gained control of your life, and you're starting to move forward. You've left the kind of toxicity behind, and you're ignoring anyone that's trying to come after you, in the sense that anyone that tries to cause drama or fuck up your life. You're kind of you'll just turn away from it. You'll just ignore it, and you'll turn away from it because you can't be dealing with it. You're trying to move forward, not go backwards. I feel that there's also a lot more independence and assertive behaviour within yourself, in the sense that you are confident enough to show that you're you, and you put your foot down, in the sense that you're not going to let anyone tell you what to do. You're going to do what's best for you. I'm feeling like you've kind of had this epiphany and kind of refreshed yourself, and you're kind of feeling a new person, in a sense that you're not who you used to be. You can differentiate to how you used to be to how you are now, and it's because of the experience you've had has led up to this, to kind of help build who you are as a person, and you've bettered yourself. I'm feeling I'm feeling like you still obviously get the odd bit of like tiredness, in the sense that people causing arguments around you or drama, and you're kind of tired with it. But when it comes to the point, you're not just going to sit back and be like, oh, here we go. You're actually going to do something about it and say something, because you have got to a point where you care about yourself mainly, to the point that you are loving who you are and loving yourself enough to know that you don't need to put up with it, and you don't need it. It's not good for you, and you're happy to kind of nip that in the bud. I feel like you don't kind of look back anymore. You're not anxious, you're not worried about anything. Those walls you had up have kind of come down. I feel like you're now deciding to push forward and kind of battle anything new that comes your way. Even if it's good, you're willing to tackle it and take it head on with everything you've got. And you've kind of freed yourself from those chains, and it's kind of, you're waiting for the new. Even if new door doesn't open, you're going to open a window. You'll make a hole and walk through it. You're going to make a future for yourself, I'm feeling. I feel like for a while that some of you were wearing any pain you had as armour as to why you can't do something. Like, you're tied down and weighed down with the pain and hurt, but it's kind of like you've kind of let that go, and you're just letting everything see you as you are, and you're like, this is me. And I feel like a lot of you are gaining confidence more and more, and don't give a fuck. I feel like a lot of you are done defending. You're done defending anything bad that was in your life. You're kind of not defending anything anymore. You're not entertaining defending it. You're kind of just like, no, it's not good, fuck off. I feel like a lot of you have that attitude. So let's have a look at some triggers that some of you have. Triggers. Right. I'm feeling 2. Right, so right now, one of your triggers isn't anything bad, in the sense that you've fallen off the journey or anything like that. Some of you have just got a bit of impatience right now. I feel like you are getting to a point where you're either bored or you're kind of excited because you've done something that's going to help propel you forward, but now you're waiting for something. It's like the door is half open, but you can't get through without taking the chain off, in that sense. And I feel like you're being very impatient, like you want something to happen so much, and you keep either you're making calls or you're emailing or you're contacting, whatever it is to do with, you're just being a bit impatient, and not looking at the picture as a whole of what's going on. You're just so focused on propelling yourself forward that you're becoming impatient with it, that you're like, I've done my work, I now need you to do your work to push me forward, if that makes sense. And the other one is just don't give yourself such a hard time, because things might have come to a halt or things might be slowing down. Like, I feel like for a time things were picking up and you thought you were going somewhere, and it's kind of like slowed down or stopped right now. Don't pity yourself. Don't think, oh, well, here we go again, something else good has come along and that's fucked off. Don't think of it like that. Kind of just sit with it. You've done what you've needed. Now let it take hold and take place, and it will end up how it needs to end up. Don't panic. Don't listen to anyone that's going to be like, well, you weren't going to do it anyway, or it's not for you. Don't let anyone be negative. Just don't get down on yourself, and don't let anyone be negative. Just sit with it and know you've done what you need to do, and it's going to happen. Know it is going to happen. So let's have some guidance and advice moving forward. Guidance and advice moving forward. Some guidance and advice moving forward. So, right now, a lot of you have control, and that's good. You have control over your life, over your independence, over the pain that you went through. You have that strength and you have that control. Keep it up, because it's going to help. It's going to help make you a whole new person. It's making you a whole new person, but it's going to continue to make you a new person. It's going to bring out sides to you didn't think you had. It's going to bring up old versions of you that you lost and liked but don't know how to get them back, and they're going to come back. Kind of revel in it. Like, sit in it, be pretty, sit in it, just soak it in, take your time, and just love in the moment. Like, love who you've become, love yourself and appreciate yourself. Don't be afraid to treat yourself here and there. Never stop treating yourself. You don't need to constantly buy yourself things, but treating yourself can be giving yourself a good magazine with a coffee or a glass of wine, or do something for you that's going to be like a little treat for you, that you kind of rewarding yourself for how far you've come. And it's, don't be afraid to look back at past memories, or looking back at things that went wrong that you fixed, or things that you enjoyed but don't like the person you enjoyed them with. Like, you can go back and look at them. It's just looking at old memories. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be afraid to think that you're slipping back if you look back, or you just put yourself in that mindset of your past. Don't ever think that you're going backwards because you do that, because it's not. Because it's good to look at the past sometimes to see how far you've come. You know the road you're going on, and just don't jump off of it. Don't. The only problem is just don't. It's so easy sometimes to get back into old habits at times, and that's what you need to be careful of. Like, don't think, well, like, sometimes you can go back, and if it fucks up, and don't be afraid to do that. But the problem is when you know something is completely never going to fix any situation, like a person in your life, if they're that toxic, and you know from experience that it's not going to work, don't go, well, maybe this time. Like, there comes a point where you need to say enough is enough, and it doesn't matter how much they beg and plead, you need to say no. Just know you are stable and you can take risks. So if someone you meet that you like, they seem really lovely, I could see a future with these, but you're like, but they might do this. Don't think like that. Just know that you're stable in your emotions, you're stable in your life, that you don't need to worry about, well, it might not work. You could die tomorrow. Anyone could die tomorrow. So don't be thinking like, oh, it might not work out. Live for today and think, will it help me? Will it benefit me? And will it push me forward? If the answer is yes, do it. So that's what I'm getting. Thanks for watching.